Hello. In this video I will show you how to solve a hard Shingoki puzzle. But first let me show you some patterns and techniques. When you have a pair of white 2's next to each other, if they are solved horizontally, both 2's will see 3 segments of a straight line. You should keep counting even if the line passes through another white circle. These 2's should be solved vertically. Similarly, if we have 2 white 3's like this, if we solve both of them horizontally, their lines will have a combined length of 4, which will break both clues. At least one of the clues should be solved vertically. When you have 2 white clues with different numbers next to each other, if we connect them, if we extend the line to match the bigger clue, that will break the smaller one, and the other way around. We can place X between 2 white clues with different numbers, which are next to each other. This will also define the orientation of the lines, which pass through them. A similar conclusion can be made in a scenario like this. If we join both lines, completing the 5 will break the 4. When we have a black and a white clue next to each other, and the white clue is greater or equal to the black one, if we connect both clues, we'll have to extend the line until it completes the white clue. This will break the black one, because we need one more segment for the line to escape the black 3. When you have a line, pointing to a white 2 like this, it cannot enter the clue, because it will break it. We can solve the white clue vertically. Same applies if the clue is a black 2. If the line enters the clue, it must also exit, which will break the clue. The clue should have a line to the left. Let's put these into action. To solve the white 6, we should first define whether it is solved horizontally or vertically. If we try to solve it vertically, we can easily fit 5 line segments. If we place the 6th segment at the top, it will break the 3. And if we place it at the bottom, it will break the 5. This means that the 6 should be solved horizontally. We have a space for 3 line segments on the left, so we should have at least 3 on the right. On the right we cannot extend the line to reach the 3 as it will break it. We have a space for 4 line segments on the right, so we should have at least 2 line segments on the left. This is a good progress. The same deductions can be made for black clues too. The black 3 is always solved as 2 line segments in one of the directions, and 1 line segment in the other direction. We have a space for 1 line segment to the left. If we place 2 line segments upwards, it will break the black 2. This means that we have a space for 1 line segment upwards. If we place 2 line segments downwards, it will break the white 2. So we have a space for 1 line segment downwards. This means that we should have 2 line segments to the right. We are now well armed with techniques. Let's solve a hard Shingoki puzzle. First, let's take care of the clues, which are next to the border. One of the directions of this 3 is also defined. This 4 is restricted, because if the line turns like this, there is a space for total of 3 line segments. So the line should turn to the right. There is a space for at most 2 line segments upwards, so there should be at least 2 line segments to the right. We can use a similar approach for this 4. It has a space for 1 line segment downwards, because it shouldn't reach the 2. It also has a space for 2 line segments to the right. The line shouldn't reach the 5, because it will break the clues. There is not enough space with this orientation of the line, so it must go up and to the right. And since there is a space for 2 to the right, we should have at least 2 upwards. This 5 should not connect to the 4 and the 2 on its sides, as it would break them. So it only has a space for 2 horizontally. We must solve it vertically. It has a space for 2 downwards, so we need at least 3 upwards. Now we can work on this white 2. We should solve it vertically. Place some x's. And the bottom line should turn to the right. The black 2 above now has one of its directions defined. This black 3 has a space for 1 line segment in 3 of the directions. There should be 2 line segments going to the right. And it cannot be any longer. This defines the second direction for this black 2. There is not enough space to solve the white 3 vertically, so it must be solved horizontally. Now this line end should turn down. Let's move to this black 3. It has a space for 1 line segment up and down, so the line to the right should be 2 line segments long. We can solve the white 2 horizontally. The left end of the line should turn upwards. And to avoid closing a small loop, the right end of the line should turn downwards. This line end can only continue to the right. And this completes the black 4. The line above the 4 should turn to the left. And then continue upwards to connect to the rest of the loop. Then the line can only continue upwards. The black 3 is completed, so its line to the right should make a turn. This black 3 has 1 space left and right, so it must have 2 line segments upwards. And the line should then turn to the left. This white 5 has 4 line segments already. It cannot continue down, so it must extend upwards. This black 4 needs 1 more line segment, which should be upwards. And now the 5 needs 1 more, which should be to the right. We can continue the path of this line, which is forced. This area also have some line endings, which can continue only in one direction. And here too. We've done a good job solving the left part of the puzzle. This 5 at the bottom seems restricted. It has a space for 2 to the right. So it must have at least 3 upwards. We can't extend the line into the white 2 as it would break it. So we should have the other 2 line segments to the right. This also means that the white 2 cannot be solved vertically. We solve it horizontally and take care of some line endings. There is clearly not enough space to solve this 8 horizontally. We can solve it vertically, and there is space for exactly 8 line segments. This black 2 cannot go upwards as will have to continue all the way to the top. It will have to go down and then turn to the left. This white 5 should be solved vertically. And it cannot go into the black 4 above as it would break it. We now know how to solve the 5. And the top end of the line should turn to the left. If the bottom end turns to the left, it will isolate the line on the right. So it must turn to the right. The black 3 at the bottom is completed, so its line should make a turn. And we can continue the line, while being careful not to create a closed loop. If we solve this white 3 horizontally, we would isolate a line from the rest of the loop. We must solve it vertically. We can connect some line endings. The black 4 can only be solved like this. And we can easily connect the line ends to form the loop. The puzzle is solved. You are now ready to crack any Shingoki puzzle.